Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to Classic Who. Okay, so I need to do some updates. This is going to be a little bit, probably a long intro because I feel a venting coming on. Today we are going to go slightly back in time a little bit, and I will be reacting to the black and white version of The Mind of Evil. I will be doing it for this reaction and the next reaction, possibly the 5th and 612, but I won't be recording that today, so we'll see how that goes. Okay, and I'm going to ask as politely as I can to please try not to harp on it. I do try my best to give you all the content that you love, and I understand that once the colorization-esque era starts, I know that a lot of people want me to react to those, and I just couldn't and get this out on time. So unless you wanted this to be a few weeks late, black and white it is. And I don't know if that will detract from the story or anything like that. To give you context, and again, you're welcome to skip this part and just get straight into the reaction. I've had a day. I've had a day, and I still have to react and edit both of these reactions. As some of you know, because I made an update video, by the time this goes out, you'll have seen the update video and everything like that. But I'm away this week, which is a good thing. It is a good thing. I am finally home with my parents, who I have not seen in forever, and some family I'm gonna see, and I'm going home for a week. I actually surprised my mom for Mother's Day. Not yet as of filming this, but as you're watching this, I have hopefully done all of that successfully. Let's hope, right? But because of that, things need to get recorded early. Whatever. And today, well, the past couple of days, a lot of things have not been going well. Namely, one of the big things that really have been throwing a wrench in my plans is my car has had some issues. And that's not what you want before you go on like a 10-hour road trip. So a lot of my time has been, just trying to figure out what's wrong and or get an appointment. I cannot even tell you the series of events of there's a lot of me trying to figure out what's wrong, then me making an appointment at my usual, auto service type place, and then me showing up for said appointment and then just literally saying to me, oh, the person who works on that stuff just isn't here. And they just said it to me, and I'm like, okay, but I made an appointment for that specific thing. What do you, and they're just like, oh, he's just not here. We can reschedule you for next week. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm leaving in a couple of days for like a long road trip. Anyway, I know some of you don't care. Again, feel free to skip, but this is what happens in my channel sometimes. I'm gonna vent to you. And so then I had to find another place on short notice, like such short notice, to try and fix my car. I get there this morning and, get there first thing, because they say if you come super early, and I waited for a few hours, and then they said, well, we can't fix that. And then literally I waited a few hours for them to say, I don't know. That's basically what they said to me. They were like, well, it could be this, this, or that. They named like 6 different things that it could be. And they're like, well, if you fix one of them. So anyway, which I'm sure is quite possibly accurate. Like, I'm not trying to shit on them, but it's all very frustrating for me because I need to, like, get stuff done. Also, my car needs to be, I mean, somewhat usable. Anyway, you know, if I'm driving that far. Maybe I won't ever even make it up there. Maybe maybe I'm super optimistic, but hopefully at this point I'm in New York. God, let's hope. At the time that you're watching this, or at the time that this video is released, let's just hope that I'm in New York. Now, okay. So that was all. It was just very time consuming and stuff like that, and I'm hoping that I have eventually figured out the car situation. Okay, so but I'm just giving you the gauge of why I'm so pressed for time. So now this is the one thing that I have to do. It's my last channel thing before I leave, and I have tonight to do it before I wake up ridiculously early to go on this journey, right? So I don't, anyway, I go to record and I look and the episodes are in black and white, and I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because I get this season, and I guess just some are in black and white. And typically I do check these things and I try to prepare for them. But life has been pretty hectic. And I just looked and I was just like, my heart was just like, oh my God, why are you in black and white? Why? I was like screaming at the episodes like a sane person. And then I was like, okay, I can try to find it. And I spent I spent a little bit of time trying to find the colorized episodes. And I finally found one, and I was like, yes, let's go. Okay, I can do this. It's gonna be okay. And then I just watched the intro. That was it. I didn't see anything else, so don't worry. But I just watched the intro. And it was a different episode. Excuse me, Xbox, I'm talking. How rude. I don't know if you heard that. But the title rolls by and it's not The Mind of Evil. I think it's the next one or the one after that. And I'm just like, it's the wrong episode. But it was labeled. It was labeled as The Mind of Evil. And I just had this moment of I don't have time. I don't have time to find this colorization episodes. And so all I can do is apologize and say, I'm really, really sorry, but I need to get this recorded and edited in a very small amount of time. And I just have to go. I just have to do it. I just have to do it. So I apologize for it being in black and white, but if you could please just do me any favors. Just try not to comment too much on it. Don't say, well, you should have done this. That doesn't make me feel better. That doesn't help me at all. It's been a day. And oh man, I hope I love this story because I need it. I need some entertainment. I need to smile for at least a little bit. Okay? So I'm sorry, you didn't ask for all of that, but I just needed to say it to somebody because I'm this close to a breakdown. I feel tears forming. You guys ever get like that? Where you're not sad, but you're stressed. You're really stressed and you're like, tears are forming. Things are not going okay for me. So I just wanted to vent to you guys a little bit, but also I'm sorry. I really do try my best. I'm gonna cry. Okay. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so when things do not go exactly according to plan, or how I envision them, or how I believe you guys want them, that bothers me a lot. So I apologize, but at this point, I just can't go searching for this thing. So I'm sorry. I might, before episodes 5 and 6, be able to find the correct versions in time. So, okay. Come on, doctor. You better cheer me the fuck up, because I am having a day. Let's get into it.
Looks like Dracula's castle.
Huh. He's so happy. Am I supposed to understand anything that anybody says in this scene?
George Patrick Barnum. Oh, you're not going to take me anywhere. By a court of law. Get away from me. Time has come for that sentence to be carried out. Get out, all of you. You bring me out.
Somebody's been thinking about this killer process since I first heard of it.
Well, as you're no doubt all aware, we no longer execute our hardened criminals and killers, and substituted this infallible method.
Oh, God.
Professor Emil Keller,
Ability are usually on very shaky ground.
the Keller machine, extracts these impulses and leaves a rational, well-balanced individual.
It doesn't.
Clearly, a series of probes are attached to his skull so as to connect with the neural circuits. 112 cases have been processed to date, and today we shall witness the 113th. Thank you, Dr. Summers. Come on, Jim.
Okay. Oh.
He will take his place as a useful, if lowly, member of society.
What?
Are you ready, Dr. Summers? Yes.
You gotta love the sound effects, though.
A minor malfunction. The machine compensated. And within an hour or two, he will be perfectly normal.
I admire your confidence, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not sure
That is all,
that's
gentlemen.
going to happen, but...
There's been some kind of accident in the process room. They think the man's dead. What happened? I don't know, sir. I was coming along the corridor and I heard him screaming.
Uh-oh.
Did you see his face? He looks terrified. And those marks, like...
Bites and scratches. All about what?
Today's the first ever World Peace Conference. Units handling all the security arrangements.
Yes, that's all very well, sir, but in my opinion...
Oh.
All right, yes, Captain Chinley, what can I do for you?
Important state documents have been stolen from General Chengtek's suite. Your guards are inefficient. Perhaps they
Oh.
take bribes. We suspect the imperialist Americans of this crime.
Naturally. I assure you that every effort will be made to locate the missing papers and to punish whoever is responsible.
I think you'd do that before reporting it. Oh, she's being controlled. Got it. Got it.
A medical student in his final year.
Yes, but what did he die of?
Heart failure. He was absolutely terrified of
Rats?
Yes,
These marks on his face and neck, these bites and scratches, could they have been caused by rats?
certainly they could, yes. And if you were a scientist, you'd understand. If
Damn.
I were a scientist,
Ah!
Let me tell you so that I am a scientist.
I do wish you'd listen to him.
That's right. You tell him, Joe.
Yes, I see. No, don't touch anything. I'll be over at once.
Oh.
More stolen papers, sir? We got real trouble this time. The Chinese delegate's dead.
Oh my goodness. Oh, is it like its range expanding a little or something? it like people's greatest fears? His might be drowning. Oh god, I get snakes. Oh my god, no!
All symptoms are consistent with death by drowning.
But that's ridiculous.
Like the rats?
Now, murder. What are you going to do about it?
Who else knows about this?
No one. I called you at once.
I'll suspend further use of the Keller process. I'll put this room out of bounds. But that's all I can do without higher authority.
Yes.
Well, at least
That's all right.
he's suspending it.
Well, I
Given
don't
our
think we
current
should
or
say-
recent track record with people
Is
in
it
their
wise?
Well, perhaps not.
projects.
Why did it work that way? Did he have an assistant?
Mm-hmm. A rather attractive Chinese girl.
Yes.
Aha! I was wondering if it was all going to tie together.
You telephoned me at exactly 12:24.
You must be mistaken.
Well, Captain,
Uh-oh.
why did you wait for nearly half an hour before reporting the crime?
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh god. The crazy alarmed faces that the third doctor makes, like, at the end of a lot of, like, first or second parts or whatever, are pretty iconic. Oh! Was it a fire?
Fire.
But why should you?
I witnessed a terrible catastrophe. A whole world just
Ah,
disappeared in flames.
yeah.
Well, this machine picked that memory out of my mind and used it to attack me.
This machine's so dangerous. Why not just blow it up? Destroy it?
Yep.
Because those idiots in authority won't...
My
let
kind
us-
of woman.
All right, I'm going.
Come on, let's blow it up.
What are you doing here?
I can't possibly leave Stanton.
You've got to, Doctor.
I'm telling you, I'm not leaving.
I'm sorry, Doctor. You're coming back with me even if I have to use force.
When you sing karate, I think you'll find them a lot harder than you imagine, young man.
Look, Doctor, he really does need you. The Chinese delegate's dead and we think he's been murdered.
Murdered? No one is to enter this room, no one. Do you understand?
Just leave everything to me.
Yes. Yes, I'm rather afraid I'll have to.
Don't
Don't keep out of trouble, will you?
Yes, Doctor.
Girl, blow it up. I'm just kidding.
Doctor! Mike!
Aw. What the hell? He better not die.
Are you all right?
Oh.
Yes. Yes, I'm all right. Thank you.
Oh my god. Almost had a heart attack.
You lost her? Yes, sir. She gave me the slip.
Oh, it's
Then I found one
okay.
inside. Fainted. You're too delicate for intelligence work, Benton. You'd better go and lie down.
Oh my god.
Dismiss, Sergeant. Just get out of my sight.
Oh. It's okay.
As I was saying, that's what we are doing.
Oh my god. With his disguises, I can't.
Motorcycle
Oh my goodness.
Considering the importance of this weapon.
This is all
Conspicuous.
very soon.
In touch with the Home Secretary and make sure they take some action.
Yes, Doctor, and if that doesn't do any good, I personally will go down to Stanmore and blow the blasted machine up myself. Now, are you...
Yeah, let's blow it up.
It's going to be one of those days. Shut your cat, Captain Gibbs. Shut your cat.
Doctor!
Yes. I'm coming.
Aww.
I'm Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart of Unit Command. I'm in charge of all security arrangements. And this is our scientific advisor.
Pakienlu, Tuwarikotai.
You will take some tea.
Come see ya.
幫嗲奶。
Aww.
呢邊有屈音角冷，師傅角牌，這是清楚大字。時時。
Oh. bad.
It's all a bit of a blank, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Do you know, you wouldn't believe this, but I couldn't even remember my own name.
I'm not sure. I still think that in Barnum's case the machine has overreacted. It's extracted all the negative impulses from his brain.
An idiot? Or a saint?
I was gonna say, I do have questions on what it leaves behind, so to speak.
I really must insist on asking you, sir. Got a great deal of work to do, you know.
Oh boy.
This one's on its way to the naval dockyard. They're going to dump it at the bottom of the ocean. With a peace conference going on, it's not the most tactful time to be trundling rockets about, is it? Well, he somehow managed to lose a Chinese girl in broad daylight.
Chinese girl? What Chinese girl?
When Emil Keller installed his machine at Stanmore Prison, he had a Chinese girl with him as an assistant. Could be coincidence. Coincidence, my foot. You better put out a general alert for that Chinese girl, Brigadier. She's got to be found, and quick.
You're late,
Ah.
Captain.
My apologies, Master.
Now I have another little task for you.
Oh no.
No, please, no, no.
You will obey me.
Oh no.
Tonight, I will kill the American delegate.
Good. Now you may go.
Oh my god.
We need more. If we cut around the kitchen, get to the prison hospital, maybe we can grab a doctor.
Oh god.
It's no good.
Oh, are they gonna get Joe? Oh no. Oh no.
You're not going to get me any trouble, are you?
Look, operator.
Oh no.
Chin Lee's turn up again. Chin Lee? Where? She's just been seen entering the Chinese delegate suite.
Uh-oh.
Comrade Fu Peng wishes to see you immediately and wonders if you could come to our suite.
What, this time of night?
He asks that you come alone. The subject is most secret.
All right, I'll be right over.
Oh
Your
great.
time will not be wasted, Senator.
Oh god.
Oh? Well, where's Mr. Fu Peng?
He will be here soon. Sit down.
Now look, Captain, I'm in the middle of my day.
Oh no.
Sit down.
What are you doing?
Wow. Oh goodness me. Oh! Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, that was quite the first two parts. Oh my god. All right. I guess a couple of things that I want to mention with these first two parts. We haven't really dived too much into the story. I'm thoroughly entertained, but there's a couple of, things that we can really dive into. The machine is really interesting. Like, the whole plot of this is really interesting, and the idea of taking out the negative feelings or the negative thoughts, energies, whatever, and those negative, whatever you want to call them, having a negative effect, and the idea of everyone kind of seeing, and I guess something that they're afraid of, not necessarily their worst fear, but something, or a triggering memory or something like that. I would get snakes. I would get snakes, and I would, oh my god, I would hate it. I would absolutely hate it. So I find that really interesting, and I loved is a weird term for it, but hearing that the doctors, fear was fire after the inferno and everything like that. I felt like that was really, really interesting. But not only do they envision these things and die, they die from those things, because they very much, I guess, believe that they are drowning, or whatever it is. So that's kind of crazy. I like the concept of that all. I also liked that we had two different plot lines that eventually kind of came together. But in the first episode, I thought it was kind of interesting because we're following, the Doctor and Joe on one plot line and then the Brigadier in the other. And they eventually sort of came together in a way. But I did like the kind of, you're trying to figure out, like, how are these all going to come together. I have to say, with the Master, I did not think that we'd be seeing him right away. Like, maybe not this soon after his first story. But it kind of makes sense in the sense of, how season 7 was a lot of, dealing with the Doctor being stuck on Earth. Well, now, if the Master is as well, then he might pop up a lot sooner than we would anticipate. And so that's going to be really interesting. I hope we get to see more of him in this story. That's my hope. Because I felt like we got to know a bit or see a bit of him in the previous story, but not as much as I would like. And I don't know if I'm alone on that or not, but that's kind of what I'm definitely hoping for. And another little note that I want to make is I actually really like the fact that we are also, like, knowing a lot of the soldiers as well, with Yates and Benton and we're starting to know their personalities and who they are, as well as, not just, the Doctor and his assistant or companion, whatever you want to call what Joe is right now. I'm very, very interested to see how this is all going to play out, particularly with this machine. And yeah, there's a lot of issues. As soon as they started talking about this machine, I was just sort of like, man, I have a lot of questions, like, on how it works ethically. There's a lot of questions with this, so I really hope they dive into it a bit. And I loved the whole, the Doctor, the Brigadier being a little bit of the odd man out. It's kind of funny, this relationship between these two, the Doctor and the Brigadier, because obviously I know where this relationship ends up, sort of, but I kind of, it's just interesting to me. I'm kind of really interested to see how they really get there, because honestly, more times than not right now, they sort of seem to just be getting on each other's nerves for the most part. I do think they do see eye to eye on some things, but there's always this weird tension, I guess. But I really liked these first two parts. They were definitely entertaining. I'm very happy about that, given just how today has been going. So again, I will apologize for it being in black and white, but I'm sorry. I couldn't do it and get it, get the correct episodes and also record this before I leave. So, I do apologize and try your best to just not harp on it or talk about what I should, I'm typically pretty good at this stuff, and I'm just sorry that I just didn't realize before that I had the black and white version, so I'm very sorry. Yeah, I think that that is about it. I do hope that you enjoyed this reaction, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.